Hello everyone. So I hope everyone is having a good day. Um I got a lovely doll to open. My mother gave it to me for Christmas. It's an LOL OMG doll, but before we get to that, I want to have a heart-to-heart moment with y'all. I'm generally not like I generally try to keep it light on my YouTube, have a good time, unless maybe I'm doing a poetry reading. But y'all, today was a day, and it's been a year for me. It's been a long year. And I want to talk to y'all a bit about life, in general. I don't know if any of y'all have ever had one of those moments where you're just having a rough time, and it just feels like you feel defeated and you're not going to get past that moment. And I had one of those moments today, and let me tell you, in life there's going to be good times and there's going to be really hard times. But I want to remind everyone that you can handle whatever life throws your way, that you have a lot of strengths. um and I'm going to take that moment to remind you guys, because I think that's so important to remember that. um and I think that even in times of like hard times, times of sadness, times of grief, there's always something that you can be thankful for. Um, like I had a time this year, um, actually very recently, where I felt a little defeated. I really did. I had a moment, a me moment, because let me tell you, y'all, I always try to be an upbeat, happy person. I always try to do what I think is right. I always try to be better and do better. But I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect human beings. And everyone tells you the past is the past. Um, be in the now. But I find that a lot of times people say that, and then the first thing they do when they're mad or it's convenient for them is they bring up that past. And that can be hurtful because you're like, I'm trying to do so much better. I'm putting in so much effort. I'm working on me for me and because I want to be better. And then when it's convenient, you know, for you, my past is all of a sudden up and it matters and it's relevant. Um, and I find in life, because I've had a past, that I've made mistakes. Everyone has. I will always be like, my past will be brought up a lot, or I'll be judged for it. Like, well, you once did this, so, um, and I don't think people do it intentionally. I would hope not. But it happens. I think sometimes it's just the natural thing that people go to when they're upset, um, or in an argument, is to bring up the past. Um, and I had this happen, and I felt so defeated. Right? I was upset because that's not who I am now. Like, I try to move differently, do things differently. If I'm disappointed or hurt, I try to either walk away and process, or whatever I need to do to just in that moment just not hurt somebody's feelings, basically. And not just not hurt somebody's feelings, but make sure I feel good about me. Because if I'm doing something that doesn't feel right to me, I'm not gonna feel good. Um, because I care about people and I have a conscience. And so I try to do that. I try to move differently. I try to do differently. I'm not perfect. I am definitely not perfect. Um, and I let me tell you, I felt so defeated. And then I turned my head and I looked outside and I saw snow. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a snow person. I don't like the cold, right? I don't like being wet. I don't any nothing about the snow is appealing to me. Like, I'm a vacation in Florida kind of person. I don't want to be near no snow, but I live in Maine. So I look out the window and I see snow, and in that moment it hit me just how beautiful the snow looked falling from the sky out my window. Don't know why, but in that instant I felt really thankful, because in that moment I was crying and my tears started to dry up, and I'm looking at the snow and I'm like, man, that is beautiful. And I felt grateful. I'm like, it is such, I am glad to be alive to just watch the snowfall. So I hope that, that if you're having a rough day, you find something to be grateful for and let the bad moments pass. They will pass, I promise you. My bad moment passed. I felt better after I saw the snow. I took a bath and I felt good. Um, you know, but we're all going to have those moments that feel defeating and that are hard and difficult, and that but life will also bring you joy and things to be grateful for. Um, and sometimes it's not even big things. It can be little things. That's why, the snow to me, that's such a little thing, but it made me feel so good for whatever reason. And it made me want to like snuggle up with hot cocoa and watch like The Grinch or something. And it's not even Christmas. Um, it's not Christmas where I live. I don't know. I don't know when they celebrate Christmas in other places in the world, but it's not Christmas here. Um, and it's been the first time it's actually snowed this year, I think, like as much as it is. Like it's been actually really nice weather in Maine. It's been like in the 50s, and whatnot. Like we had a flooding, like a wind and rainstorm, and we had like some flooding in my area. But we haven't seen a lot of snow this year, so it just happened to be snowing, and I was very very grateful. Um, but yeah, just take the time to find something you enjoy today, to do something you enjoy, to practice some self-care, to find something to be grateful for. Sometimes you have to put effort into doing that. Like it's not as easy as it may seem for a lot of people. Sometimes you have to purposely get your brain to do that. I'm one of those person. I always try to be kind because I think in that moments where you're feeling really low, um, or somebody around you is feeling low, the best thing that you can do is plant a seed in their head of something that they're good at, like a genuine compliment, and it'll boost their self-esteem or help them get through something difficult. I know it has for me. I know that's what I would want somebody to do for me if I'm having a really hard time. Because let me tell you, if I'm sad and I'm down and you're like, man, you did this in the past and you did that in the past and you are such a horrible person, I'm gonna cry hard. I'm gonna be like, whatever. I'm done. I'm gonna cry. You know, I think sometimes a genuine compliment can mean a lot to people. I know I've had moments where I feel defeated, and my mom said to me today, I'm proud of you," and that meant a lot for me. I think because I worked so hard for my mom to be proud of me, because I wasn't always a perfect person. I'm not perfect now, but I wasn't always like as upbeat and happy as I am now. I had really rough times as a teenager, and so to hear my mom say she's proud of me, oh, I almost cried. And it wasn't even sad tears, it was happy tears. I went from this moment I felt defeated to looking outside the snow and I'm grateful, and then my mom said she's proud of me and I'm like, this is actually, that's actually really nice. I could cry. But for a totally different reason now. So, life is a journey, and it's gonna throw some twists and turns at you, but just know that you can handle that. Like, you will be okay at the end of the day. I promise you that. Like, you're gonna cry some tears, but the moment will pass. And that's what I always say when I'm down. It's one of the things I found most helpful for me is to just be like, you know what? This moment will pass. Um, you know, and a lot of people are gonna judge you in life, whether it's for your past or a trait you have or whatever. I think it's human nature for a lot of people, um, which is sad. So I try not to take it to heart, especially if people are judging me for things I've done in the past. My response to that is to just try to do differently. You can either let the past motivate you or completely defeat you and like crush your self-esteem. You have choices in life. And you can choose to kind of have that moment where you're like, you know what they said in this moment really hurt me, but I can act like I have in the past. I can respond in an angry way, or I can walk away. I have choices here. You can't choose what other people are going to do, but you can choose how you respond, and you can choose to show them, I am not who I once was. I'm not going to say something hurtful in response to this thing that hurt me. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to take my time to process what you just said because I'm very angry and I need that time. I need that time to cool off. I'm frustrated. I'm walking away, done with the situation, and I'll come back to it. Um, you have choices. You can show people that you are the same person you once were, or you can move differently. Um, you know, you can show people that their judgment is right, or you can prove them wrong. I mean, that's just you can choose to do better, or you can choose to be who you once were, or whatever. If that makes sense to y'all. The past can either motivate you to be better or defeat you. You can learn from the past, or you can sulk over the past. You have choices. Um, and that's the way I always put it. And I think that's important to know for somebody, especially if you're struggling. If you've struggled with depression or moments of anger or whatever. I'm autistic, so I've struggled my fair share. um Believe me, I may only be 26, but I have struggled my fair share. I've had some trauma in my life that I have had to work on. um and I have not always been the person I am now. I do believe that most people can change and be better and do better, right? I believe people are capable of that. I believe people can grow. I could believe they can learn, even if it may be at a different pace than others. Um, we all get to places in our own timing. Um, but yeah, I've had moments um, where say ex's parents have been like, nope, nope, don't want you near my kid because it didn't work well the last time you two dated, so it's not gonna work well in the future. um and I get that. I do, but we all learn differently, and I'm not who I once was, so I try not to let it bother me. I just try to respect whatever boundaries are there and just be nice. It's whatever. um and that's the thing that can be very difficult. And I'm in a good place now. I built a good life for me now. For the most part, I have a good relationship with my mom. It has its ups and its downs. I survived a brain injury and I came back from that, and I never thought I'd have the strength to come back from something like that. That is something that when I was in my younger days would have just defeated. I would have just given up. I would have not had the determination to relearn everything that I have learned and learned correctly. Um, I have my mental health, my mom said, this has come so far in this last year. Um, you know, uh, and I have a guy, that I know that I feel some type of way about, and I have a good relationship with, and who can see the good in me. Um, but yeah, I had a few of those moments too where my past was brought up. I had two of those moments, and I didn't know how to process it at first. I was a little disappointed for a minute. I was a little frustrated, like, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Um, and I choose to be happy, because I know I'm not who I was back then. I know I moved differently. I am an overthinker too, so sometimes when people, when I feel hurt, that hurt just kind of keeps my brain just keeps thinking and piles onto it and piles on, and what might be a little molehill becomes a really big mountain. I don't know if any of you are like that. That is something I think a lot of us do as well, and I'm doing something. I'm trying to open this box, and this is not happening for me, and I can't figure out why. I feel like boxes are. I've had this issue with a lot of doll boxes lately coming from MGA, and I just want to know why y'all are giving me boxes that are giving me such a hard time. Oh, I love what this says on the back. OMG, we sisters strap fierce style and stand out from the crowd because we're here to surprise the world. That actually is kind of cool. I like the way that they use the surprise in it because like LOL surprise. But yeah, I just thought we'd have a serious talk about life and I'd give y'all some motivation for today, and some words of wisdom. I hope you took some wisdom from that. Um, but yeah, no, I get why people will bring up the past, because even when you're working on changing your perspective, your behavior, or whatever, people need time to see who you are now. Sometimes it takes people a while. Or in frustration they remember something and that's why it comes up. Um, or because they're stressed. People get stressed and they say things they don't mean. Like, I'm just I've always been the type of person, I care too much, so I take things to heart, right? And and so I take things to heart and then I get really frustrated and more sad than I need to be in that moment. And that's something I've learned about myself as well. I'm gonna put together this doll stand because this is gonna be a really long video. Um, yeah, so I hope today you figure out, you're strong, you've got strengths. I hope today you just take life as it comes. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Um, but yeah, I had a friend's parents who, I really wanted them to be able to come visit, and I asked, and their parents said wanted them to wait a few months, and I felt really hurt, and I felt really judged by that because I'm like, what did I do? No, not what did I do. I'm like, you're judging me for who I once was when I was healing from a lot of trauma. Like, that kind of hurts, but it is what it is. And I know it's because their parents care about their kids, so I'm just like, it is what it is. I see it, I get it. And my friend really wanted to come over. He really, which I take as a compliment, and he tried to convince his parents to let him. At first, they told him that it was finances, and they didn't have the finances, so my mom offered to like pay because he lives in another state. And they said no. To, and they said they wanted him to wait a few months. It may not even been my past. Um, to make sure that he was serious and really wanted to come visit and work things out, which is what it is. I've got a notification from like a Beanie Baby group. I don't even remember when I joined a Beanie Baby group, so don't ask. I'm like, I don't remember joining it. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups. I don't even know which Facebook group I'm in. Sometimes something will pop up and I'll keep scrolling and I'll be like, when did I join that? That's news. Like, what am I reading? Like, I forgot I joined a Sims group. Would it makes sense I would join a Sims group? I love the Sims. I joined a Sims Facebook group, right? And I saw a Facebook... I was scrolling quickly, and I didn't see the name of the group. And, I'm scrolling quickly. and the post... The post said, something like, how do I get my children back from CPS? And I'm like, maybe contact a lawyer. Like, what? So, like, I did a double take. I didn't comment on the post, but I did a double take, and then I looked up, and it said it was a Sims group, and I was like, oh, good, thank God. Thank God. Because I had a double take. I was like, maybe get a, like, I don't have advice for that. Like, what am I looking at? And it wasn't a name I recognized, so I'm like, it's not one of my friends. Like, are they my friends suddenly? Like, am I friends with that? Like, I didn't even realize it was from a Facebook group either. I just saw the name and was like, that's a name I don't recognize. And that is something, you should get a lawyer. Like, maybe they would know. Like, I have no experience with CPS. I really don't. I'm just like, I do not know. Like, I know nothing about your life and your life story and your history. Like, if I saw a post like that, I wouldn't comment because I don't know the whole story. I keep to myself. I keep to myself, okay? Like, I don't. So, it took me a moment when I saw that post. I was just like, dumbfounded. Um, so I'm in a lot of Facebook groups. Just, yeah, I'm getting distracted, aren't I? I'm like, I wanted to tell you a bit about life. During this doll review, I've spent 20 minutes talking, and now I'm talking about a Facebook group, and I deviated. I went from one subject to another, and that is just the way my brain works. So stay with me. We are going to talk about the doll. We are opening the doll. The doll is open. This might be a longer video than intended. She is really pretty. I really like her neon hair. I'm just going to say. I like the dark blue with the contrast of the orange with the yellow with like all like the her whole vibe. It's a vibe, and I'm vibing with her. Like, if I saw a person that looked like this in Maine, I would walk up to them and be like, "Can we be friends? I want to be friends. You look so cool." And you, not that you should judge people on looks, but I'm like, let's be friends. I like your style. I'm such a friendly person to a degree because I try to keep in mind, even though I've experienced trauma, that most people have good intentions, or a lot of people, not even most. Maybe half of people have good intentions. I don't know. I try not to, think the worst of people. When I was younger, it's weird because I thought I saw the best in everyone, right? To one extreme, and then for a period of time I went through trauma, and I was looking for the worst in everyone, and now I'm like, no, we gotta balance this out. We need some balance here. I don't know if any of y'all have had that experience. Just me. Okay, well, we're moving on anyways. But yeah, I hope you guys find a reason to smile today. I hope people find joy in my videos. I got told yesterday somebody was putting on my videos for someone very special to me who had played a special role in my life, who had an impact on me. They really did. They're just a good person. And they have a lot of strengths, and they're somebody I care about, and I've always looked to as like a little sister. And I've always cared about them. Sometimes I kept my distance, because I was going through a hard time, and I didn't want to say something to hurt their feelings, and because kids are so young and innocent, and you don't want to like say something because you're experiencing emotions and affect that child's self-esteem. So I kept my distance for a while. Because I didn't want to get upset and say something like offhanded that might upset them, because I care about this person. Sometimes we care about people, so we take a step back because you're like, oh, I'm not in a good place, and I don't want that to affect you. I gotta get me right before I can play a role in your life. That's just how it be sometimes. But this person I always thought of like a sister to me, because like my sister, I have a half sister, but she lives in another state. I love her, and I don't think of her like a half sister, never have. But I didn't get to see her grow up, so this was like somebody I thought of like a little sister. I really liked them. They're really cool. They're creative. They're kind. They have a lot of good qualities. And so I forgot where I was going with this. I lose my train of thought really fast. I'm sorry. But yeah, they played a really big impact in my life. Um, y'all gotta give me a moment. Okay, so I got all the little pieces out of the box, and I figured out where I was going with my train of thought. So I got told that this little that was very special to me, and then I thought of like a sister growing up. So somebody was putting on my video for them because they thought the background noise would be comforting, and that it would bring them some joy. And that made me feel good. That really did. I always like it when people tell me if my videos made them laugh or smile, or, compliments like that are very nice. So I got all the little pieces out. I kind of want to get the shelf out. Let's be honest, that's kind of a cool cardboard shelf. But I've already damaged it, so let's just maybe forget about that. We'll leave that. The cardboard bags are cute. I like that they're cardboard too, because like so many things are plastic. Like yeah, plastic is more durable, and it might be preferable if they were more durable, because kids are gonna destroy the plastic in a heartbeat. But in a way, I kind of like that it's cardboard. I think it's still usable. It's still like the print is cool. It says BB Boutique, um, and I think I think cardboard can like degrade better. I want to say they use cardboard in compost as far as like gardening goes. If you didn't know that, well, I guess you've learned something new. And I like that they wrap things in tissue paper, because you can reuse tissue paper. I don't know what for. I bet somebody could make a fun collage with this, or like make like a scrapbook and like glue the tissue paper down. I don't know. Somebody probably can find use for it. That's more creative than I am. But yeah, no, I like that. And it looks like inside we have a little. Is that a fanny pack? No way. Oh my goodness, okay. That is, I really really like that. Does the buckle work? Because let me tell you, if the buckle doesn't work, I'm gonna be a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be. It works. That is awesome, and it comes with little like gloves for your doll. Which are these gonna be easy to get on the doll, or am I gonna want to throw the doll in a minute? Um, I like this doll. I like the fanny pack. I'm trying to remember when fanny packs were popular. I know it must have been like a few decades ago. I don't know if they're coming back in style. Um, I like LOL dolls because sometimes they have like elements in them and in their fashion and thing that reminds you of like some decades ago. And you're like, that is really really cool. That's like some nostalgia, and I think that's why these dolls did so well, is because parents could see things in them that were like, oh, that's cool, that's kind of retro, and then they'd buy them for their kids, and then and the kids thought they were cool because they're bright, they're colorful, they're different, they're unique, they're fun. Um, and I am getting plastic and headphones everywhere's in instruction book. Why does this doll need an? Is that an instruction booklet? Why does this doll have an instruction booklet? Okay, I need to actually see why it has an instruction booklet, because no way. No way do we have an instruction. Okay. It's did they seriously give me instructions on how to put the doll stand together? Why does this feel like this is like a common sense thing to put together? Maybe it's because I'm a doll collector and I've put together so many of these. But who doesn't? Are they thinking like the kids are putting the doll stand together and like maybe the kids don't know how? I have just genuine questions about that, but I'm gonna move on because and her nails, they're like painted silver. I love that. That's detail. I think kids can tell when a product is like detailed. See her like little nails? I think kids can tell when a product is detailed and time was spent into it to make the designs and the look, versus when something is more cheap. At the same time, I think kids sometimes enjoy things that are less expensive. Like, it doesn't take a lot of money to bring somebody joy. I know me and my brother played with, like, I think they're like dollar store little soldiers. You can get them at the dollar store, I think. I've seen them there before. And we love these things. We played with them with our Lincoln logs, and like our soldiers would run around, me and my older brother. And we thought they were really cool. And they're like, I saw them at the dollar store once, these little soldiers and Native Americans, and I was like, oh my goodness, they're only $1. Like, these little dollar store figures made memories for us for like a lifetime. Somebody can give me like a gift, and if it brings me joy, I don't care if it costs $1. I like that these dolls come with like kind of little fashion magazines. I've always liked that. And this one says Gemini, so the doll's a Gemini like me. love her even more. She was born May 21st to June 20th. June birthday here, so, or no, is that when somebody's a Gemini? It's like May 21st to June 20th. I know I'm a Gemini, and I was born in June, so I like that. And it says, no one will see you coming. Don't be afraid to take them by surprise. So we know, like, the time period this doll's birthday falls in. I guess you can kind of choose your own day out of that. I don't really know. I'm gonna try to put this little fanny pack on the doll without breaking it. Um, because I'd be very sad if it got broken. I like that it has the working buckle, and actually the cord is silver and it's very stretchy, and it matches her silver earrings. I really like the silver earrings. They say, what do they say? LOL something? LOL OMG. Well, I like those. I really like those. I want my own pair of silver earrings, and she's got these fun buckles on her dress and everything. Um, I feel like NJ does such a good job, at least like in the past with Rainbow High dolls and like LOL dolls, making them so fun and things like that. I know Rainbow High is like kind of going through a reboot, so a lot of people are not a fan of the reboot because it's changed and it's more targeted towards like a kids audience. At least that's what a lot of content creators have been saying. And it's different from what we've seen from Rainbow High. I still kind of think they were cute. I mean, they're kind of going back to their roots with like these big slime dolls. And I've said it in a previous video that the Rainbow High fashion dolls were like based off of. The big dolls failed. To be fair, like they flopped. They didn't do well. Nobody like. I don't like slime. A lot of parents don't want to buy their kids slime, to be honest, because they make a mess. And I feel like slime and dolls is not a great combination because the slime gets all in the hair. But you know, to be fair, the dolls themselves, I won't know until like I see them in the box and actually have them in my hand what the quality level is. I know they got rid of wrist articulation, which kind of sad, but if something had to go for like a better price point, I get it being wrist articulation. Like, I don't know, I've got mixed feelings. I'm nervous and excited about it all at the same time. Like, I think I would have loved it had like Rainbow High not had like so many years of just great fashions, second outfits. I even didn't mind when they changed from second outfits to accessories. I loved the accessories. I don't know how I feel about them going to slime, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Because it could be fun. It's like a second activity. You get a doll, you're still getting something decent, and sensory play is important to kids. And I'm gonna keep these little cardboard things because I think they're really cute. I think this is glasses for our doll. This is like a 30-minute video, but basically I like the doll. I really, really like the doll. The fanny pack sold me. The glasses I could do with or without. Like they just exist. I'm gonna put them on the actual doll. They have like silver around the part that goes in the ear. It's got like a yellowish tint. I don't know how I feel about the glasses. I don't really know what I feel they add to the look. Like, are we just giving them glasses to give them something extra? I don't know, but I like the fanny pack and I like the outfit and I like the doll's hair. I really like her. I like her makeup too with like the blue and then the yellow. And and then like the coral orangey lips. It's very striking. So yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about life in this video. We got to take a look at a fun doll. And hopefully, like I said, you enjoyed this video or you took away like something positive from it or you learned something or whatever the case may be. I love that they give us little shoe boxes. This one didn't like open how they... Yeah, I had to open the shoebox from the side, which I don't think is how the LOL dolls shoeboxes used to open, but not a big deal. We have more tissue paper for her little boots, and I'm gonna just be honest. These boots are stunning. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. Like the yellow with the dark blue with the little bits of silver with like these little textured bump at the bottoms, almost like little studs. That is really cool. And it's even got like a wrinkly kind of looking texture at the top. The boots are killer. I really like this doll. I feel like the LOL OMG dolls, something about them is so quirky and I love it. And then when it comes to the rainbow high dolls, they were originally like for the last 3 years more based on like higher end fashion, or like trendy fashion, and I liked that too. But I really like something about these makes me very happy. Um, I love Bratz and Barbies too. Like Bratz, I know is kind of making a little bit of comeback. They've started reproducing some like replicas of the older dolls, and they have like the mini Bratz figurines that are like dolls for dolls, and all that is cool. I loved Barbie growing up. I don't know what it was about Barbie. I saw this really fun Barbie toy and like a video, and it had like Play-Doh, and you could like it was like a farm toy, and you could make like hay with the Play-Doh, and it was like an ASMR video. I loved it. But no, I, I, I feel like the new Rainbow High dolls, like this reboot, are more playable, more focused on that, and less on like high end fashion. And it's a change. A lot of us don't like change, but it is what it is. Sometimes things change, and you get used to it, and you might even find things you like about the new ones better. You know, it's life. Things change. It's gonna be okay. I was real sad at first. I was like, wait, where's my high end fashion? Where's my multiple outfits? Because I love changing my doll's clothes, especially when I'm upset. But like, slime is different. But I'm glad the LOLs. I don't really think they've changed like too much, and I feel like there's something that is really fashionable about these, yet really quirky and like I love her hair. I really do. I have so many of these dolls. The only things about the LOLs is I wish they had like different body types, and I and different like kind of face shapes, because they all kind of share the same face shape and body type. Yet they're all very different, and something about them is aesthetically pleasing. Clearly, whatever MGA is doing is working, because even though they haven't changed like the body type, like Mattel has taken a step with Barbies to have more body types and diversity. MGA is still like producing these dolls with the same body type, same face, with and they're doing well. These don't feel like, I feel a little bit of like the crunchy glue, but their hair is actually for the most part fairly soft. I like the bangs. I like how they're kind of going this short and then got like longer bit of bang. And her eyebrows look, there's something. They are a look. I'm not sure how I feel about the eyebrows, because they're very like straight across with the glasses. Like I didn't really notice the eyebrows until I took the glasses off. And then she also has like this really cool dark blue like under highlight shadow thingy. I don't know a makeup term. But I love this doll. Okay, that makes my day better. See, my day is going better, okay? My day had some rough moments, okay? Last night had some rough moments, but it's going better. See? This is a perfect example of that things will pass. I love that they went with a fanny pack though, because like most of my doll purses end up in storage unless the dolls are actually like taken out. And I feel like accessories are so easy to lose unless they actually like stay on the doll for me. So I'm digging the fanny pack. When did fanny packs? When were they a trend? Because I know they. I want to say. Let's Google this. When were fanny packs a trend? 1980s. I was gonna say, what is it? The 80s, the 90s. I don't know. I like that it comes with a comb, because I feel calm when I comb doll hair. So like, I like the leather jacket and the leather pleather skirt and jacket. Because I had a leather jacket growing up. It was like I got it for my birthday, and it was like a gift that yeah, that that I really loved, and I still have my leather jacket. I went through a phase where I was obsessed with anything like leathery feeling. Um, so I really like the leather jacket and the skirt and the fanny pack. I don't actually know how the fanny pack is supposed to go on to like fit in this stand. Something about this stand, I'll be honest, is not working. Okay, maybe it's because the fanny pack is on the doll, but it's not. This stand, something about it is not working. Now it is. Now that I say it's not working, it's working. So I hope you all have a lovely day. I'm gonna go. This is like a 40-minute video. I'm gonna go, and I hope you all enjoyed today. Bye, everyone.